Hi everybody, my name is Ambika and I'm here to make you very clear with the topic possessives and distributives. So we will talk about these topics in the context of determiners, right? They are part of pronouns also and of many other things, but we are specifically talking about here determiners, right? Now before that, I want to tell you about Unacademy. See, this is for all those scholars, who are out there and still struggling with their academics, with their course, right? So you can download this app. It is easily available on Play Store, right? And herein you can meet your educators, your mentors. They will going to help you. They will going to assist you with all sort of questions, whatever you have, right? So it is like a typical, a very traditional class wherein you are there with your teacher and you can ask them questions. There will be live sessions, there will be doubt sessions, there will be quizzes, and herein you can evaluate yourself where do you stand in a particular, group of people. So download this app and avail the services which they have for you. And for that, you can use the code AMBIKA, right? So with this particular code, you can be, you can be very lucky enough to get a discount, right? So with this code, you will definitely going to get a discount. Work on it, and yes, right? So let's begin with the session. First of all, in the beginning itself, I just told you that it's about determiners. Now, determiners are something which determines the nouns, right? You know what are nouns? They are simply name, place, animal, things, any sort of things, objects, events, right? So they all are nouns. Determiners are something which will precede the nouns. Clear? This is our part 3. Okay, we have already discussed with articles. We are done with demonstratives, and this in this lecture we will specifically talk about possessives and distributives. Herein you will going to get questions also which we will solve together, right? So let's begin with determiners, and that too possessive. you know Meaning of the word possessive, like we are in grade 11 and we know about it already, right? There is a possession of things, right? Of a person, of an object, right? When you hold it, when you are the, let's just say, when you have the ownership of something, that is called as, you possess that thing. Clear? So possessive is relating to or denoting the case of noun and pronoun expressing possession. So when you possess any of the person or any of the pronoun or noun, that is simply the meaning of the word possessive. The definition of possessive is to indicate a relationship of ownership or possession. Because I've already told you, it talks about the ownership. Like you own it. So like you have all the authority of that particular thing, right? So you own it or you possess it. That is simply the meaning of the word possessive. Are we clear with the word itself, possessive? Let's not see it in the context of determiners or pronouns. Let's just check out the simple definition of the meaning of the word possessive. Sorted? Clear? Next. Now, here we are talking about, as I've already told you, about possessive determiners. So they come before a noun. Like children, we have to be very clear when it comes to this particular point because we are talking about determiners, right? So if there is a noun and before that the word is being used, right? That word will be a determiner. For example, there is the, an adjective, and after that we have the noun, right? That time also it will be part of determiners. It will fall under the category of determiners, right? So it will be there before noun, as it is already being mentioned there. It come before a noun, right? There are chances that it will be followed by adjectives also. That is also acceptable because they possess the noun, follow it. So why they actually hold noun? Because they have all sort of possession, right? That follow it. They are also called as possessive adjectives because what are adjectives? They describe the noun. So we either can call them possessive determiners or we can call them possessive adjectives. They are my, your, our, his, her, its, their. Okay, so you have to keep these in mind while solving up the questions. Okay, let's begin now. First of all, here it's a tabular presentation of the singular possessive determiner when it comes to male, female, or neuter, right? So which is like which we're not going to fall under the category of male or female. They're basically the animals and the other things, right? So that is being denoted by N, right? So on your extreme left, it is written as singular. In the middle, it is written as in which gender we are talking about specifically. And in the extreme right, we have examples. Clear? Now, first is my. So my can be a possession, irrespective of the gender. It can either be used by the male or by the female. Clear? For example, this is my table, right? So here we can clearly see the possession of the table, and table is basically a noun, right? Just before that we can see my, and that is a determiner. Clear? Now, which type of determiner this is? This is definitely a possessive determiner. Second, his. His actually talks about, hey, we will going to use his when we are talking about a male, right? For example, his name is Joseph. Here, so when we are talking about the possession of the name, okay, who has the ownership of the name Joseph is his, like is that boy. Clear? Third is her. Her we use with female, right? This we all know. I mean, see, this is going to help you in just brushing up whatever you know about these topics. You know what happened when we were children? We learned about it, we got accustomed with it, but then we weren't very much clear. In these classes, you can simply brush up your knowledge. Here, now her is used for female. For example, her first name is Louis. Are we clear? What is her first name? Her first name is Louis. Here, next is its. Now, its is used basically for animals, right? For non-living things, right? Here, the cat licked its wounded paw. Okay, what did the cat do? It licked its wounded paw. Now, wounded here is the adjective and paw is the noun. Clear? So, just before noun, we have got the adjective, and before that, we have a determiner. And what sort of determiner it is? It is its. Clear? Next, plural. So we have till now discussed the singular ones, right? They were my, his, her, or its. Next we have plurals. Clear? Now plural in the context of male or female, right? We have sold our flat. Here, what does it say? It says we have sold our flat. So it is about the possession of a flat. In the first place, flat is a noun, right? When why did we use here our? Because it is irrespective of gender. We both we both sold it. It was our decision. There. Next is there. It is their, and it can be used with male or with any of the objects, right? The students thanked their English professor, right? What did it say? It says the students thanked their. So it's about collective, the students in a very collective format, right? The fraternity of students in that scenario, right? So it says the students thank their English professor, right? So are and their are plural possessives, and my, his, her, its are singular possessives. Clear till now? Okay. Now, your is your your can be used in both the contexts, be it singular or be it plural, right? And it is can be used irrespective of gender. This we already know, right? Nothing to freak out. See, I mean, although it is being written here and you are trying to read it with full concentration, which is good, but then it's very easy. Like you know it already, okay? So read and listen. Yeah, I like your dress. So we don't know who said this word, right? Is it these words are being spoken by a male or a female, right? Your dress. We don't know who this your is. Here, Your child is adorable. Clear? So that is being used for both. It can be, this example can, I mean, it is suitable for both male and for female. For example, you are just saying this to a man who's the father of the child, like your child is adorable. Or you're just saying it to his mom, like your child is adorable. So we can use your in both the scenario with both the genders. Now, be careful with these three possessive determiners. So when it comes to these three, and they are your, its, and their, okay? So these three, we have to be very clear, okay? Because they have contraction. I mean, we can squeeze them. Let's just check it out how we can do it. For example, possessive determiner is your. For example, this is your closet. You understand what is the closet? It is an almirah, a cupboard, right? Okay, so this is your closet. Now, next example, when you are contracting it, when you're squeezing it, the other way is you are saying you are, right? There's a difference between these two. You just said your, I mean, you own it, like you have a possession, okay? And this is you apostrophe re, which basically means you are. Are we clear? There's a difference between your and you are. Your talks about the possession of a thing, but you are talking about something which is so different with yours. Like you are getting late, get up, hurry up. Okay, it says, hurry up, you are late. Here it is, you are late. Y-O-U-R and U apostrophe R-E are different. Here, second, it is it. The cat licked its paw. Okay? What it says the cat licked its paw. Now, it's IT apostrophe S. Okay, we are checking each one of them in the scenario of their apostrophe usage. Okay? It is or it has, right? It's IT apostrophe S has two meaning. It either means it is or it means it has. For example, it's going good, it's going great. Okay, it's raining, right? So that way you can say it's raining, it is raining. Okay, that is different from it's, the one which we have used in the scenario of the cat licked its paw. Right, next is it's delayed. That means it has delayed. Okay, it means it has delayed. So IT apostrophe S has two meanings. They are it is and it has. Next is their, T-H-E-I-R. I'm repeating, it is T-H-E-I-R. And it says which is their apartment. You are questioning, you're asking which is their apartment, right? So you are talking about the ownership, like who owns that particular apartment. Next is they apostrophe R. This is their and this is they are. Clear? It is your, it is you are. It is its, it is its. I mean, okay, the pronunciation for the second one is similar, but then it is not the scenario with first and third. Okay, it's there and it is they are, right? They are driving. Clear? Okay. Now be clear, be careful. There is no apostrophe in possessive determiner it, as you have already checked that in the previous example, the cat licked its paw. We did not use it apostrophe s, right? We use an apostrophe to write the contraction of it is or it has. Can we say that the cat licked it is paw? No, it's definitely not. We cannot use it this way. The next is the cat licked it has paw. Right. We definitely cannot use it this way. Alright. So it will be, we use an apostrophe to write the contraction of it is or it has. For example, it is pouring. So that can be written as it's pouring. Pouring means it's raining like very heavily. Okay, it's raining like cats and dogs. So that is called as pouring. Okay, it has completed. Are we clear? It says it has completed. So you can remove HA from there and you can directly use it's completed. Are we clear? Now, I am taking my dog to the vet. Vet here means the veterinary doctor, the one who takes care of the animals, right? It's broken its leg. Now, it says it's broken its leg. Now, it means it has broken its leg. Clear? Now, example. We are talking about here the possessive determiners, right? For example, my name is Ambika, as you already know it, right? We've met so many times, so now you must be aware with my name, yeah? Alright, so it says my name is Ambika. Here, name is a noun, okay? The word name is a noun. It talks about the ownership of the name. So who owns this name, Ambika? That is, I own this name, so basically, name is a noun and it talks about the ownership of the noun. That is my. Here, next. Their house is small. Here, what is the noun at the first place? Is it their? No. It is house. Yes. Okay, right. Yeah. So here, house is a noun and there talks about the possession of the house. And who owns this house? Right? Who owns this house? It is they. So that means their house is small. Are we clear? And there talks about the possession of the noun. And what is the noun here? That is the house. Clear? As you already know, see, it's a quick revision. Let us revise again. If there is a noun just before it, there will going to be a determiner, right? Now we have checked out articles, that is a and the. We have checked out demonstratives, that was these, that, those, right? And this, that, those, these, that we have done. Now we are talking about possessive. Here we are checking, we have just come to know that possessive talks about the possession of the noun, right? So here, if there is a noun and just before that there will be a possession, if there is a possession, right? Now, sample 3. Our car is old. It says, our car is old. Definitely, what is the noun here? It is our. Now, it belongs to us, right? The car belongs to us and it is small. That is for sure. So, our car is old. Car here is a noun. That is why our car shows the possession. Like the car which we own, right? That is our car. Like my family's car is old. Clear? Next, possessive pronouns. Now, don't get hassled. I mean, we will going to simplify it for you, right? The same. That is, pronouns are the words that replaces nouns. That this we already know, right? We have discussed this in what? In demonstrators also. Like, what are pronouns? Pronouns are the words that replaces nouns. Clear? Now, mine, yours, his, hers, theirs, ours, its. They all are what? Let's just check it out. Possessive adjectives were my, your, his, her, their, our, its. And what are mine, yours, his, hers, theirs, ours, its? They all are pronouns. It's the word it is common in both the scenario, but then my, mine, yours, your, his will remain his, her will become hers, their will become theirs, our will become ours, and its will remain its, right? So basically his and its, they are same, otherwise there will be s when it comes to possessive pronouns, and when it comes to possessive adjectives or determiners, they are my, your, his, her, their, are, its. My, your, his, her, their, are, its. Okay. Now, example. This lotion is mine. Okay. It says this lotion is mine. Mine is there. Is there any noun after that? No. Right? So mine here is a possessive pronoun and it is not followed by a noun because a pronoun replaces a noun. So what is the objective of a pronoun? What is the role of pronoun? What does it do? It actually replaces the noun. Clear? Now, here, this lotion is mine. Lotion here is noun, but after that we have got the verb, the linking verb, that is, right? After that we have mine. So we don't have a noun followed by mine. That is why this will definitely going to fall under the category of possessive pronouns. Clear? Next, that that bed sheet is yours, right? We do have a noun here, that is bed sheet, but after that we have yours, and after that there's no noun, right? So it is there's supposed to be an adjacent noun, right? Because it is missing, so definitely we will going to call this as a pronoun, right? Because pronoun replaces the noun. Clear? Very simple. That bedsheet is yours, right? Why are we calling this as a pronoun? Because it is very clear, we are very certain, we are very sure that there is no what? Noun attached to it. There is no noun adjacent to yours, right? And your will be the determiner, but yours is a pronoun, right? Because there isn't, right? Theirs is a new smart television, right? What does it say? It says theirs is a new smart television, right? So theirs, clear, is. There is no noun just after it. In fact, there is a noun which is a television, but it is coming way too later, right? It is not just next to it. Okay? So that is why we have put this under the category of pronoun. Are we clear? It's very simple, right? When we talk about pronoun, there is supposed to be no noun attached to it. But when we talk about determiners, there is definitely going to be a noun. In this present example, theirs is a new smart television. We don't have any what? Right, we don't have any noun. That is why we will going to put this under the category of pronoun. Now, possessive determiner and possessive pronoun in the same sentence. So if you have got, let's just check it out how we will going to have it, okay? So there will be chances and it will definitely going to take place, right? There will be possessive determiners, right? And possessive pronoun in the same sentence. What are possessive determiners? That are followed by noun, and there will be no noun when it comes to possessive pronouns. Clear? Sorted? Shall we move ahead? Okay. Their room is big and our room is small. Herein, this whole sentence is a clear example of possessive determiner because it says their room, our room. We have separate two nouns attached to the determiners, to the possessive determiners, right? So here, room is a noun, there and are determiners. Now, we have to convert this whole sentence into pronoun. Let's just try it out. Now, replace it with a possessive pronoun. We have to remove noun. And that too, which noun? The one which is coming end. Let's just check it out. Now, ours is small. Don't skip out the verb. So we have to also add the verb, right? We have to make it ours. Remember, in the pronoun, it is supposed to be theirs, ours, his, hers, its. Here, now it will be their room is big and ours is small, right? It says earlier it was their room is big and our room is small. So we have two nouns, that is why that will going to fall under the category of determiners. But just after that, if you have got a question that convert this into a pronoun, how can we do that? We have to remove what is the role of pronoun. It replaces a noun. So we will going to remove the second noun, right, which is being used twice. It will be their room is big and ours is small. Sorted? Clear? Okay, if you are not clear, let's just move to the second example. Yes, it says her shirt is blue and my shirt is white. What it says? It says her shirt is blue and my shirt is white. Now we have got what? Shirts here as the noun, right? Noun. So we have to convert this into a pronoun, right? How are we going to do it? So it will be her shirt is blue and mine is white. Clear? Very simple now. right? Because we have a verb there which is already, so you don't need to attach one more. Here, it's very simple. It says, her shirt is blue and mine is white. Clear? Next. Here we have a quiz. So, right, let's begin with it. And don't freak out, we will going to do it together. Okay? Now, first question. Which of the following is a possessive determiner? Okay, which of the following is a possessive determiner? Is it they are, it's? Definitely not it's, right? Because ITS without apostrophe S. Whose or Archie? What do you think? It is Archie. Clear? Right? Because we are talking about a determiner which is there with the noun. Right. Possessive determiners modify what? It says possessive determiners modify what? They make changes. They give more value to what? Is it to the nouns, to the verbs, the adjectives, or to the adverbs? What do you think? Since the beginning of the lecture, of this particular lecture, since the beginning of the topic determiners, we know that determiners modify what? They determines noun. Clear? Very simple now. It's getting easy now, right? You know it very clearly, right? Okay. Next. Which of the following words is not? I'm repeating. It is which of the following words is not a possessive determiner? Right? What it says? It says which of the following words is not a possessive determiner? Is it his, their, my, or hers? Right? It says it is not a possessive determiner. That is definitely hers. Again, it's very simple, right? Can do it. Are we able to do it? Right? Very simple. Yes. See, his will remain his, their will become theirs, my will become mine, and hers. Okay. Now, here, simply, which is not a possessive determiner, is definitely hers. Okay, because it will, if we are supposed to make it a possessive determiner, how can we do it? We simply have to remove s and it will be her. Clear? Okay, next, we should go shopping. Ooh, wow, shopping. Right, so we should go shopping. Closet is looking empty. Right, what it says, it says we should go shopping because I can see that the closet is empty. I mean, I have no clothes to wear now, right? So it is, the options are, we should go shopping, their closet is looking empty. So two of us go for shopping because our friend's closet is looking empty. No, right? Okay, second is, we should go shopping, her closet is looking empty. So I think she needs to go for it. Why are we doing it for her? Next, we should go shopping, our closet is looking empty. Yes, yeah, right. The two of us go for shopping because I think our closet, the one which we share or which we have in common, it's looking empty. So let's just go and buy new clothes for us. So it will be our. Okay, we have one more option. It is we should go shopping. Its closet is looking empty. No, it is definitely our. Clear? Okay. Next, her brother is worried that dash phone might be lost. He hasn't been able to find it since last night. It says, your brother is worried that dash phone might be lost. He hasn't been able to find it since last night. So he was unable to fetch it, he was unable to find it since last night. So what do you think is the correct answer? Is it your brother is worried that her phone? Okay, brother is definitely going to be used for male, right? So her is used for, it is a feminine term, right? So we can't use here her. Next, there is a collective term, right? It's a collective term which is used for more than one. So your brother is worried that their phone might be lost. I mean, I think it's a mobile phone which is basically being owned by one person. I mean, okay, we can share it, but then the ownership is with one person, I believe. So definitely not there. Next is your brother is worried that our phone might be lost. No, definitely not. And the option is your brother is worried that his phone might be lost. Clear? So it says your brother is worried that his phone might be lost. He hasn't been able to find it since last night. Clear? Next. Look at that dog. Dash eyes are so blue. I think it's husky. You know, husky is the breed, right? The dog breed. Huskies. They are blessed with blue eyes. They're so fascinating. They're so beautiful to look at. Yeah. So it says, look at that dog. Dash eyes are so blue. So look at that dog. Your eyes are so blue. So why to look at that dog? Why can't I look into your eyes then? No, not yours. Look at that dog. My eyes are so blue. Nope, nope, big no. Look at that dog. Its eyes are so blue, right? So the correct answer will be, okay, wait. Look at that dog. Their eyes are so blue. No, but it's talking about a single dog, right? And it is not getting any humanly attributes, right? For animals, we do use its. The correct answer is, look at that dog. Its eyes are so blue. Now, so till now we have covered possessives. So what all we know about possessives is that possessives shows the ownership of the noun or the pronoun. We are clear, right? After that, we have checked out there are different types of possessives, and in that we came to know that possessives are also going to fall into two categories. That they are for pronouns and for determiners. We clearly know the difference between the pronoun and the determiner is that pronouns replaces nouns and determiners, they point out, they determines the noun, right? So this is the first and the clear most difference. Second is in determiners, there will be a noun followed by it. But in pronouns, they basically remove nouns. So there's not going to be any of the nouns. Clear? So that is why words like hers, right, ours, it's common in both the scenario. Theirs, they all are what? Clear, and the others are what? You are very much clear with it. Okay, now let's begin with the new topic, and its name is distributive. Okay, distribute. For example, you remember when we were kids and then we used to take a box of the toffees, sweets, or candies to a classroom, and our mother used to tell us like you have to distribute it equally amongst your friends and your classmates, right? And distribute it in your van also, like on your bus, right? So distribute means that you are giving share each to all trying to give share to something, right? To a group or to an individual, right? So that is totally your call. That is called as distribute. Clear? For example, I give you an example for the topics. When I say every, that means I have distributed my things with every person, like all of you, right? So the whole knowledge is being shared with all of you out there, right? Who all are watching this, the whole knowledge is being shared with them. Clear? Now, distributive determiners refer to a group of people or things and to individual members of the group. They show different ways of looking at the individuals within a group, and they express how something is distributed, shared, or divided. Let's just read it again. It says distributive determiners refer to a group of people, have a group of people or things, okay, and to individual member of the group. So either we are talking about the whole group or we are talking about one member, one individual of that particular group. They show different ways of looking at the individuals within a group. And with distributors, we actually come to know that are we talking about about an individual? And once we add any sort of distributor in front of it, we start giving a different set of attention to that particular group or to an individual. And they express how something is distributed, shared or divided. And with those particular distributive terms, we come to know that particular people or particular things are being either shared or divided or distributed. Here, let's get into the skin of the topic. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about either or either, any which way we can call it. Okay, either or either, it has two meanings, right? First, any of the two different persons or things. So it says any of the two different persons or things. So either you're picking this or that. For example, you can take either train. So any of the two trains, you can either pick this particular train or you can either pick this particular train. Getting it? What it says, the first meaning of either or either is that you have got two options, right? And you can pick any of it. Here, in that scenario, you have to use either. Example, you can take either train. So you can either pick this particular train or you can either pick that particular train. Choice is totally yours. So when you have got a choice, when we are talking about two things or two different persons, right? So you can use either. Example, you can take either train. So you can pick out any of the trains from there. Next. Either month can serve my purpose equally well. So, for example, months here can be like, in which month do you want to begin with your job? So you are like, okay, I think I'm fine in any of the months. Maybe can be August, it can be September, right? So you are perfectly fine, right? You have got the option and you are fine working with any of it. So either month, you can either give me this month or you can either give me that month. Doesn't matter. I'm fine both the way. So either month, like in fact, both of them can serve my purpose equally well, right? The second is both. So what we have discovered in the first is that you have got a choice and you have to pick one. So it is about like any of the two different persons or things. So you have to pick one. But the next is both. Okay. So it says, for example, tall trees have come up on either side of the road, right? So there are tall trees on both the side of the road, right? So either also means both. Clear? For example, let's just say, yeah, tall multi-story buildings, right? Tall multi-story buildings are there on the either side of the road. Either here means on both the side of the road. Here, there is a walking pathway, there's a walking pavement. Okay, there's a footpath on both the side of the road. So we can say there's a pavement or a footpath on either side of the road. Clear? Next is neither or neither. Neither is the opposite of either. It means not the one nor the other. Right? It's very simple. As the word clearly says, neither, neither, no, right? It's very easy to pick. So it simply means not this one, not that one. I did not like any of it. Okay? That time we will going to use neither. Right. Neither candidate deserves our support. So I am not fine with any of the two political parties or any of those political parties which are out there. And you're like, okay, I might be fine with the political parties, but I am not at all, in support of those candidates who are representative of the particular political party. I am not going to support any of them. So neither candidate deserves our support. So neither this political party nor that political party is very deserving who can get our support easily, right? Out of the two options, you are not happy with any of it and you simply debunk the idea of picking any of it, right? That is why you simply said neither. You should take neither side, right? If you are a jury member, if you are a judge, you should not pick any of the sides. So listen to them. The first go, maybe somebody looks pretty confident, very convincing, but maybe that is not the actual side of the story, right? So you should take neither side. Have to be neutral when you are listening to any of those problems, any of those stories, right? You should take neither side, not this side, and definitely not the other side. Next, neither chair is any comfortable. Sorry, it is neither chairs are any comfortable. So not this, although they look so comfortable to me. But anyway, so none of these chairs are comfortable, right? So you are not supporting the idea of picking any of it because you think that none of them are comfortable. When both the options are not so promising for you, when you are not in the favor of liking it, then you say that neither chair is any comfortable for me. Next is E, right? So we are done with either. Now we are done. After that, we are done with neither. Next, we have E. It is a way of seeing the members of a group as individuals, right? So when we use each, are saying that we are looking at the members of a group as individuals. For example, there's a group. For example, there's UN, right? You all know about United Nations, right? So therein we are talking about UN as the organization. But when we talk about each and every, okay, each, right? When we talk about each country, so we are taking each as an individual. So from the lot, from the group, we have picked out an individual. Here, while every is a way of seeing a group as a series of members. So when we use every, we are considering this as a group and we are considering all of them as a member of it. We are not giving any special privilege to any of the one particular person. Now, these distributives can only be used in countable nouns, right? Each and every. We have to use them with countable nouns. They are normally used with singular nouns and are placed before the noun. In many cases, they are interchangeable. So in many of the scenarios, you can either use each or you can use every also. They both are acceptable. But then if we are talking about a member of a whole community, right? One member of the from the whole community, we are going to say each, otherwise it will be every. Now, each. We use each when we think of things separately or by one. So we use each in the context that we are talking about things separately, like one by one. This we already know, I think, right? Now, talk to each parent separately, right? So there are parents, let's just say mother or father, right? So you have to talk to each parent individually, separately. Although parents are like they're two people, but it's a group again, right? But then you have to talk to them individually, separately. So what did we say? We say talk to each parent separately. Getting my point? You first, the whole group of parents are there, but you have to talk to them. You have to convey your message to each one of them individually. When you want to talk to them separately, individually, we are going to use the word each, right? Every. Use every when we think of things as a group. The meaning is without exception, right? When you are considering the whole group and there is no exception left into it, right? That time you going to use every. Got it? Clear? Okay. Example, every pet needs love and protection, right? So you are not leaving any of the pet animals. You are talking about the whole like whole group of pets. Okay. So you are saying that every pet love and protection. Irrespective of what pet it is either a dog or a cat or anything like a tortoise or fish, like be anything. Irrespective of what pet you have, you're talking about the whole community, the whole group, all of it. So you have used what? What sort of distributive here? It is every. So every pet needs love and protection. Clear? Okay. Every can express different points in a scene, especially with time expression. Each works in the same way but is less common. So we can use every in which expresses different points in C. like in series, especially with time or expression. When we talk about series of events of time or or expressions, we have to use every. Though we can use each also, but it is less common in those scenarios. Okay. Now, every morning, that is like a ritual for him. Like every morning, Jack goes jogging, or every morning, Jack jogs. Clear? Very simple, right? So it's like a very ritual, a very a thing which happens regularly, right? Next, it is talking about time also, right? Every morning, that we came to know just now, that with time we have to use every. This magazine is published every month. They publish this magazine every month, right? So we are talking about the event which takes place on a very regular interval of time, right? That is why we have used here every. I have my coffee here every weekend. So in that particular restaurant, cafe, you prefer to go, and specifically on the weekend. So it's talking about the time of the day. Like you actually prefer to go there on weekends. So every weekend, no matter how occupied you are on weekends, but you still prefer to go there, right? I go visit my family every week. So you have all the plans though, but then you decided to meet your family every week and you do it. Like you actually do it. Clear, right? So there is a time span which we're talking about. Week, weekend, day, or morning, right? It talks about the time. That is why we have used here each, or we can use here every also. Monday, he buys a packet of strawberries. So we can say every Monday also, although every Monday says pretty clear, right? Because it's a ritual. You follow it, you do it, right? So that is why we can use here every also. Now, we use each for a small number, preferably two. So when we are supposed to use each, right? When we are talking about a smaller figure or a smaller number, and which is like preferably two also. We use every for a larger number. When we're talking about a huge number, right? When we're talking about a whole group, that time we are supposed to say every. Or the number in the group should at least be limited. In the scenario of each, if the number is limited, if the number is small enough, you are going to use each. If the number is huge, it's gigantic, it's vast, it's humongous, right? You are supposed to use their every. So each talks about me, two, right? Or there is supposed to be a limited set of things happening there. But when it comes to every, it's a large number, right? Now, we use each with definite when we are so sure, when we are so particular, and we use every with indefinite. Let's just say each side of the square has the same. So the square, each side is of equal length, right, of the same length, but every Indian must be proud of their country. There's an indefinite figure, like every Indian should do it, right? When we're not, when we're giving a very general statement, it is a very general statement, right? That every Indian should or must should be proud of their country, right? But with definite, it's like each side of the square. It is so short. I mean, you can't change it. If you want to make a square, you have to make all the sides equal, right? So we use each with definite and we use every with indefinite. Now, here's a list of questions, right? And let's check it out. Which are the correct ones? Okay. She wears a ring on dash, okay, on each or every finger except the thumb. So what do you think? Is it going to be she wears a ring on each, every? We just came to know that we can each with what? Single number, right? The smaller number. So the answer is E, right? Okay. Next, the victims identified each member of the armed gang who took part in the robbery, right? The answer is every. Here, the victims identified every member. There's a huge lot of people in the group. So, as we already know, it is a huge number. That is why we are supposed to use here every. Are we clear? Yeah? Sure? Shall we move ahead? Okay. Next. Each or every member at the meeting received a copy of the report. Each member at the meeting received a copy of the report, or every member at the meeting? It is definitely each. Because in the whole meeting, there were like so many people out there, right? But you have, each one of them individually, right? Individually, they have received a copy of the report, right? So that is why we have used the each. Next, each player must attend the training sessions for the next crucial match. So, each or every, what is the correct answer, do you think? Each. Because it is talking about almost each one of them, or almost about everybody who is the player. They have to attend the training session, right? So, every player needs to attend the training session for the next crucial match. Clear? Okay. Next question. You have to choose either of it, like either this or that. Either or neither parent will drive the parent to the library. So it says one or the other of the two parents will drive. So out of two, sorry, one will going to drive the children to the library. What do you think? Correct answer is either, right? Because first of all, we from the both, like from both of the parents, only one can do so. So it is supposed to be either. Second, he received injuries on neither side of his head from a fight. So it says injuries received on both sides of his head. So that means it is either, right? Again, it says on both. So he has received injuries on both the sides of his head. Next, either or neither boxer was able to knock the other out. So I mean, none of them were able to knock the other out. You understand knocking in boxing, right? Okay, great. I mean, write in the comment box because I don't know. Yeah, not one or the other of the two boxers could knock the other out. Here it says not one or the other of the two boxers could knock the other out. So it is neither this nor that. None of them were able to knock the other out. None of them were able to do so. Last, neither or either one of them would give in until the other apologized, right? Not the one and not the other of the two people would give in. So none of them apologize for whatever mistakes they have done. So definitely the answer is neither, because neither this person nor that person has apologized for their actions, right? Okay. Next, the company gave a discount to each person in line. You have to choose either A or B. What do you think is the correct answer for the question? Okay. I mean for the statement. Now, the company gave a discount to each person in line. The company gave a discount to each people in line. Very simple. Okay, so each person, when we're talking about persons individually, it is supposed to be right. The answer is A. The company gave a discount to each person in line. Clear? Make sense? Sorted? Okay. Every participant knew the answer. Oops. Every participant knew the answer, or every participant knew the answer. With every, are we supposed to use every members? Your every member, every participant. Clear? Each member had to give a 6-minute speech. It says each member had to give a 6-minute speech. Or is it each members had to give a 6-minute speech? What do you think? Each member had to give a 6-minute speech. Each member had to give a 6-minute speech. Again, each member, right? We're talking about an individual. A singular concept is there. So that is why it will definitely going to be each member. Clear? Okay. Put the label on each sides of the carton. I'm skeptical. No, definitely not. Each sides. No. because side is automatically singular in context, right? It is each side, right? Put the label on each side of the carton. Singular, right? First is this side, that is singular, 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 and singular, right? You're not supposed to make it plural because there are like so many singulars attached to it, because you're talking about sides, and that too single side, right? The answer is going to be, put the label on each side of the carton. Each presentation impressed the boss, okay? Or each presentation impressed the boss. It is a singular thing, right? You're talking about presentation, and each presentation impressed the boss. That is answer A, right? Again, you cannot say each presentation here, right? Every off resident of the apartment had to evacuate. Every off resident of the apartment had to evacuate. Oh, right? Yeah. Every resident of the apartment had to evacuate. Very simple. It is every, like each and every, almost each one of them were supposed to be the place. And it's about apartment, right? There's a huge lot of, I mean, so many buildings there. And every person, like all of them, the whole group, larger group. So we have to use here every, because we're talking about a larger group. Here, that is answer number B. Every resident of the apartment had to evacuate. Here, next. Put a postage stamp on each envelope, right? Put a postage stamp on each envelope, or it says put a postage stamp on each of our envelope. It is definitely going to be A, that you have to put a postage stamp, right? You have to put a postage stamp on each envelope. Definitely not going to be of envelope. It is like so grammatically incorrect. You know what, scholars? The best way, I mean, I know there are many, I mean, there are like, books and books on grammar, and there are so many rules and regulations, but you actually can't learn them, because grammar is something which comes with, exceptions also. It is not simply like that you are just, it's there and then it will be there forever. No, with different situations, with different conditions, it actually changes its color. Maybe we all are saying that you have to do it this way, but there might be an exception for it, right? So don't get hassled up. It's so easy. Once you will, continuously read something, like have a habit of reading, okay? Have a habit of writing, of, conversing with people in English. So that ways you will automatically find out what are, like how we are supposed to say it. Here it's very easy. Don't need to be super cautious all the time. I mean, we have to be, but then with time you will get a good hold over the language and over the grammar also, right? Okay. Each way is fine, or each ways is fine, because we're talking about singular, each way, right? So it is supposed to be each way is fine, right? Next. Girl on the team was given a trophy. Trophy, sorry. Yeah, okay. So the first, okay, we have got the options here. It is each or either. So each girl on the team was given a trophy, or either girl on the team. This definitely, okay. Each girl in the team, whosoever was there in the team, they got the trophy. So it says each girl on the team was given a trophy. Are we clear what it says? Because we are talking about each girl, right? We are talking about each girl. Whosoever was there in the team, they all got the trophy. Clear? Next, dash player gets a chance to play. If every player gets a chance to play, or either player gets a chance to play. It is every, because all those who are players there, they are going to get the chance to play. So every player, whosoever is there in the playground or in the vicinity of the person who has made the rule, so it's for everybody. So it's for every player that they will definitely going to get a chance to play. Here, dash patient got to see the doctor. Each patient got to see the doctor, or every of patients. Very easy. so long, right? So you can do it now, right? It is each patient got to see the doctor, right? Each, like individually, every, because it was a, let's just say a smaller group. With smaller group, we are supposed to use each. Clear? Okay. The doctor saw dash patient who came into the clinic. It says the doctor saw either of patient or every patient. So whosoever was there in the clinic, doctor checked him thoroughly, right? So the answer will going to be the doctor saw every patient who came into the clinic, right? So it is every. The doctor saw every patient who came into the clinic, right? Okay. I like both the series. I can watch either series or I can watch neither series. So because you like both the series, so you are fine watching this or that, right? For both. For both, it was in the rule we have checked out, it is supposed to be either. So I liked How I Met Your Mother also, and I like Friends also. So whichever way, I mean, I can watch either of the series. I can either watch Friends with you, I can either watch How I Met Your Mother with you. I'm comfortable with the ways. So I've got the two options, right? Harry Potter first or Harry Potter second, or let's just say any of the movies or the novels, like you like any of the two of a particular novel, so you can find, I mean, you are fine reading any of it again. I can read either of it. You can pick any of it. Okay, that is A, either. I don't like these series. Dash series is good, right? I don't like the, is it either series good? Because you're so certain, you're so sure that you did not like either of those series, right? So because you did not like it, it is going to be neither. Neither that series is something which fascinated me, not this one. So I did not find those series very appealing to me, and that is why neither series are good for me to watch. Okay, seventh question. So person A says, which box do you want to buy? Right? Person A says, which box out of these two, which one do you want to buy? Person B says, I like both the boxes. Dash box will do. It says like I'm fine with both the boxes. So dash box will do. Which one? Either or neither? It is either. Because I like both the boxes. I have inclination towards both the boxes. So I can pick any of it. Either this or that. I am cool with it. Okay? Right. Person A, which box do you want to buy? Person B says, I don't like those boxes. Dash box will do. So he says that the person A asks, like, which one do you want to buy? Which one of the boxes? And he says, okay, I didn't like any of those boxes. So the answer will going to be neither. I did not like this, I did not like that. So I am definitely not going to pick any of it. Okay? So this way we are done with our today's topic. What all we have discussed? We have discussed possessives and we have discussed possessives in the context of determiners and pronouns. We are done with the exercise also. Clear? Along with that, we have checked out distributives, how each, every, neither, either works, and we are done with the quiz also. We have done so many questions. Now, what all of you can do? You can check out the quiz of the same, right? And the questions are displayed there already, right? You can revise them. How can we do this? Like, put it on mute. I mean, if I would have been at your place, that's what I've planned to do, right? So put it on mute. The questions are already displayed there. Think the correct answer. What do you think is going to be the suitable answer for it? Apply all the logics which we have come to know just now in the lecture, right? And this way you can solve it again. All right. Another important information to each one of you is that you have to download what? Unacademy app, because as I've already told you, you can discuss so many questions, so many queries, so many problems with the teachers there, and they are just a mouse click away, right? Like just type your questions and they're definitely going to answer you. You can even in fact evaluate yourself. Where do you stand amongst those, amongst the like whole lot of people, right? And you can be so clear with all your doubts. So do download the app Unacademy, and you can use my code, that is AMBIKA. Alright, with this I'm signing off. Please take good care of yourself and do study. Okay, bye.